Well, Chit, hey neighbors, welcome to the shed shop. Today is Tuesday, December 26th. It's about 11:30 at night, and the Chainsaw Redeemer is going to tell you. If you want to know what the hell's going on and want an intro, click the info card right here to me tearing down Jonathan Luna's 025. Believe it or not, I don't care. With my intro, 27 minutes on that video. I have on my bench a STIHL 021 that was traded in from neighbor Matthew. We started working on this saw and found all kinds of shit wrong with it. His 025, same thing. We did a trade deal. I got done dirty. My 201T down there that he traded in, he didn't tell me. They electrical taped the shit out of the intake boot. 70% of the intake boot was electrical tape. So even though the saw start and ran, wouldn't idle, it had a roach motor. Piston and cylinder are bad, and that really pissed me off. But unfortunately, I'm used to getting done dirty. I know these saws really well, and if the AV annullers come apart easy, I can usually tear these some bitches down pretty quick. This is not fast forwarded. This is not edited. You believe it or not, that's up to you. But when I'm in this kind of mood, all I can do is go into teardown mode because nothing's going right lately, and I just want to tear down them saws because I have to do something semi-productive. So let's get to work, damn it, neighbors. Okay, I was just showing Dion the box of Jonathan Luna's saw, and we really wanted to, I was going to go live on these saws, because when you do live, whoever's watching you live, you can't edit a live event. It can be edited after you've recorded it, but while you're doing it, you can't super speed it or anything. So I was hoping to be able to tear down Jonathan Luna's 025 or maybe this 021 on a live event, so you guys could see it in real speed with knowing that it's real. But unfortunately it didn't happen that way. Boy, I'm guessing this goes to his saw too. But given how fast I tore that saw down, I guess I don't mind a little bit extra of an intro here. I've got to add a glove because this one's ripping. My 6mm $25 box of gloves. Getting tired of Amazon doing me dirty with their cheap bullshit. Okay, so we'll just add a layer here. There we are. Okay, let's get to work on this 021. Damn it, neighbors. Let's see if it has fuel in it real quick. This cap will probably get replaced. It does not have fuel. That's kind of nice. So while we're here, we'll go ahead and pull our pickup body out. Where is my little hook? There it is. Very stiff fuel line, will most likely need replaced. But again, I have been reusing OEMs here recently because the deep six that chip, the quality of the aftermarkets has gone down immensely. Okay, get the clutch cover off here, and since I know the saw really well, I do not have to separate hardware. Let's go ahead and remove our sprocket, which is, wow, look how bad that one is, you guys. Holy shit. That is a horrible sprocket, but this is the way Matthew runs his saws. And then he wonders why his shit never lasts him more than 3 months. That's why when this guy buys shit from me, he only gets a 30-day warranty. Okay, there we go. Needle cage bearing looks okay, but don't know that it's going to be reused. Deep six that shit. Clutch came off pretty easily. Surprised this 021 has a rotor washer, but it does. Okay, take that out. Take our worm gear out. No chain tensioner. I do recollect Matthew brought this saw to me, and as we started digging into it, I was just like, man, this is wrong, 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 this is wrong. And so Matthew does redneck a lot of stuff on his saws like this. I don't know what size this is. It looks like a 10mm. That's going to be one of those things that's going to slow me down because I don't have a 10mm over here. I don't even know why that's in there, to hold the dust cover in, I suppose. So this will slow me down a bit, but hopefully not too much. And again, you guys, this is, I don't deceive you on the times. When I tear down saws and I'm trying to do it quickly, this is just the pace that I tend to work at. I'm not quite sure why that was in there, but nonetheless, we'll get rid of it. Okay, now we need our T27 right here. Go ahead and remove our dust cover. And again, I don't tear these down in any particular order either. I just kind of go and start tearing shit off, and it turns out how it turns out. This saw's dirty as hell. We did just tear down Jonathan's 025, and I thought that motor was completely roached. We had diagged that like 8 months ago while Jonathan was here tinkering with me, and we thought it had a completely roached piston, but it turns out that it might be salvageable. And these things right here are what can really impact the time of tearing these saws down, because sometimes they come out easy and sometimes they don't. When they don't come out easy, it can literally double the disassembly time of these saws. Right now I just have saws that just aren't going right, and it seems like every time it's either listing day or time to go ahead and ship a customer saw out, things start going wrong. Yeah, see, this one's not going to be as easy as the last one. It's going to be an asshole nightmare, unfortunately, it looks like. There we are. Get those in there. This fuel is rancid as hell. Wow. Okay, so we will go ahead. I think I'm going to do a little bit different order in this. We'll go ahead and take our wrap handle. Oh, I'm sorry. I meant to take my dust cover off first. Okay, go ahead and get our chain brake parts off. Take our E-clip off here. Go ahead and engage our chain brake to make popping the spring a little easier. Less tension on it. Okay, pop our spring off. There we go. And then we can pull our arm here. You have this little spacer here. And then you can take your needle nose, grab your chain brake band there, twist it off. And then we will have to go ahead and take our bolt off here. So while I'm here, I'll go ahead and pull all my recoil bolts. The collar doesn't want to seem to come out. There it is. And the other thing is, when I use an impact on disassembly, it does make it go a lot faster. It's not exactly good on the threads of the bolts, but it works. And again, we're going to go ahead and take our recoil completely apart at some point here. But let's finish our chain brake assembly here. Pop our arm and our handle up at the same time. Pull our arm out, or our lever, sorry. Okay, and that should pop off. There's that. Okay, you have a little spring back here, and that one does look like it needs replaced, but so I don't lose it, we'll put it in there. Worm gear's already off. Let's go ahead and take our 6 T27s for our wrap handle off. 1, 2, 3. Got one in the front here, 4. And then we'll have 2 holding it to the rear handle back here. Dump that out. Come on, baby. There you go. 2 up here. 5. 6. And that will be our wrap. Get that out of the way. I forgot to pop these out of the other one. Okay. But we pop these out because if they're reusable, you don't want to hit them with the solvent, because it will harden them really bad and it will ruin them. Any rubbers, fuel lines, anything like that, we do in the ultrasonic with the green clean instead of the solvents parts washer. Okay, let's go ahead and get our 8mm. Where is our 8mm, neighbors? Do you see it anywhere? There it is. Go ahead and pull our muffler here. I cannot recollect. I don't know if this saw's roached or not, but I'm thinking about putting a brand new top end on it, because I bought one by mistake a while back. Yeah, see, no muffler gasket, no cooling plate. He just beats the hell out of his saws. The piston looks okay, but I just can't tell. Okay, so we will go ahead and take our carburetor off back here with 2 8mm. Okay. That doesn't want to come out of my socket. Okay, we're done with our 8mm. Back to this. Okay, and then pop your, take your choke lever out. Okay. You can pop your throttle lever off out of the handle there, and it just twists off. Okay, and then you can pop your on-off kill switch off there. Okay, pop your tank vent off. Okay, we will keep that. That felt like it was pretty good. Take your carburetor off. The grommet comes off. Our fuel tank is empty. No worry about squirt. There's our carburetor. Okay, you got to take this grommet off, which surprisingly the gasket actually looks good. They are almost always torn on these. It does not want to come off. There we go. Okay, our spark plug boot is ripped. Okay, there's that. Get the spark plug out. Goodness, it doesn't want to come out. Like I said, I know this saw really well. I probably build more of these 1123 series saws than I do anything else. I used to build a lot of 028s, but they've made a lot of the parts obsolete, and there are just certain things I don't like using aftermarket. And so yeah, unfortunately it is what it is. I have 2 or 3 boxes of 028 stuff that I need to start parting out on eBay, but because when I got falsely arrested, my seller performance went down and eBay will not work with me, and so basically now my listings don't get seen. The only way I have to advertise my eBay now is on the YouTube here. Okay, so like for example, I really should put the fuel filters for this and the other parts I sell for this saw in the description and the comments for you, or the pinned comment for you guys. Okay, look how can't even find it. Wow. Okay, there it is. Get our T27 back on here. Whoops. Check. Don't forget, you guys, we have the 041 giveaway coming up. I will put a info card for that video so you can enter for the 041 if you would like. Okay, there's that. Next, let's go ahead and we will disconnect our wires here. Go ahead and just use a flathead to push down on your grommet. Okay, and push it through, all while pulling your handle back a little bit. Okay, there's that. Oh, we've got to remove this T27 as well, connecting to our cylinder. And the reason I don't separate this hardware is because it's not like a newer saw where you've got 15,000 different kinds of screws. Okay, now we will carefully, this is the one place I do go slow down a little bit. Okay, push our intake through, pop that through. I did not remove this AV buff, AV stop they call it, I think. Okay, there's that. And go ahead and pop that through. Just kind of get behind it and then push it through. And then we will also remove it from our handle, because as we said, when Dion washes this, or I wash it, whoever, we do not want solvent all over our AV mounts because it will harden them. It will make them stiff, and that's no good. So I just get behind it one side and then turn my screwdriver and push it through. Sometimes they go easy, sometimes they do not. So there's that. No more rubber on that. Okay, we have one AV mount down here to get. So again, just get behind it and then push it through. That one flew away. Okay, go under here. Boy, our coil is still kind of in there. It's just so caked up. It will be easier once we pull our 4-cylinder bolts. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's our ground wire. Okay, and that will come out, and then we'll go ahead. We have our coil. We've already removed our fuel pickup body. So for now, because I will inspect these later and see if we're going to reuse them, this one probably not, but we'll back pressure test it and decide. Okay, because also the saw market is down right now. So in order to try and match my prices to the market, I do have to save money on saw builds in order to try and be competitive in the market with my pricing. Because as most of you guys know, my prices are high. But it's because you guys get to see me do the work, and I honor my warranties, and that's also on my channel. And a lot of people end up buying used saws to try and save money, and then they bring them to me to get fixed because they get done dirty. Because they don't realize just because a saw starts and runs doesn't mean it's going to cut good for you. They don't realize that the bar and chain being completely full of burrs and bad rail gap and everything else costs money. Okay, we can go ahead and use our oil pump gauge there. And then just pop our crankshaft and piston out here. Okay, it's got some carbon buildup, but it might be reusable. It's got machine lines on the intake side. It's still got the machine lines there. Okay, and then our cylinder as well looks to be really good condition, actually. So fortunately, we probably have a good motor there. We will take a few paper towels, stuff them in our motor. Okay, take a pick, go ahead and get our piston off. Okay, one clip there. Now my nose is starting to run again. I gotta blow my nose here. One clip there. Okay, take a 10mm drift. Push that through. Okay, there's that. And that's the other thing, I didn't put aside my my dam. Okay, so we'll take those 3 parts, put them in a bag here. Okay, and then we will take us an old used cylinder box from Meteor or Highway, whatever we grab. Damn, my nose is running as hell. Grab us a couple of bubble wraps here. 1, 2. Grab us a cylinder box. Put our cylinder in here because these are the parts I clean. I don't have Dion clean these just yet. Okay. Oh yeah, we got to go ahead and get our old deep 6-that our old crankshaft seals off. And then we've got this clip right here, so you guys can see. I pop that off very carefully. Pull that deep 6-that chip, and then I put this back on so I don't forget it. Okay, because when I go to put my new crankshaft seals on, I'll have to remove it again. That way I don't forget to install it. There's our crankshaft. Okay, put that in our box right there. And then I need a smaller envelope. Or just a little bit of bubble wrap here. Okay, here we are. For our piston. Okay, because I do believe this is going to be reusable. Might just need new rings. Okay, put that in there. Voila. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. There's our motor. And how'd we do? 17 minutes. Yeah, see you guys. A lot of people don't believe me. I tear these saws down this fast. But I will. I will do a live event at some point and show you guys that I do genuinely tear down saws this fast when I get in the mode. And a lot of it is I just get so overwhelmed. I have to block out all my bad luck and everything that's been going wrong for me lately. Because it's just hell. I try so hard in life to do things right. I try so hard on my saws. I put my heart into them. And then it's like Jimba says, you know, everything. That saw was running amazingly. Everything was running flawlessly despite the hell of battle to get it assembled, despite the difficulties getting the crankshaft bearings on. And difficulties finding parts and everything else. And then seeing 038 Magnums going for the price I charged him for his saw. Even though when he bought his saw, the market was way higher. And of course, you know, you're buying it from a YouTuber. So I do think that adds to the value a little bit. Because you're seeing the saw actually be worked on. But my thing is this. You know, I have no desire to defraud you guys. Or to fake about how fast I tear down a saw. It doesn't gain me any. And all my life, my work pace, especially when I was healthy, has been largely above the standard of what other people do. And it has actually caused coworkers to dislike me. And I've worked in certain industries where, you know, for example, I work for a company called Tyco Electronics. And all I'm allowed to disclose is they made fiber optic armored undersea communication systems. Okay, and they had for many, many years major layoffs because obviously, you know, we went to wireless networks and satellites and stuff. But as third world countries started to get regular landlines, they picked up a lot of new business. And that's when they hired on a bunch of new people after laying off like 700 employees. But because I worked at such a fast pace, the old heads would get mad at me. And say, this has new Oregon rope in it, it looks like. So I will likely reuse this rope, actually. they would say, they would say you're running us out of work. And I never understood that. I'm like, but my daddy taught me that, you know, I work as hard as I can. You know, well, there isn't enough rope on this really, so we're gonna have to replace it anyways. And when the boss said jump, you say how high, how long am I staying up there, and what am I doing when I get down, sir? And yeah, so that caused me not to be able to get along with coworkers and stuff. But it's just the way I work. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't always work this fast. But like I said, I'm just in a mood of, I've scrapped weeks and weeks of footage lately. I mean, weeks and weeks and weeks of footage. What did we do with our parts here? There's that, there's that. Where's our washer? We are missing our washer. There's a little washer that goes on our recoil here, that without it, our recoil, there it is. Without it, our recoil will not work right. Okay, I usually put these parts separate. In the last saw, I didn't. I forget where I was at, neighbors. I'm tired. I'm just stressed out. You know, I've got an MS390 that won't idle, and I've been through everything except changing the coil. I've got this 017 that's been here forever. I rebuilt this saw and it just wouldn't run at all. And I got to thinking, why doesn't it start? And I decided, well, maybe the composite flywheel key was sheared on that a little bit, and I just went to go with it. I didn't leave myself a note, but that was the case. And now it'll start, but it won't idle. I've tried multiple different carburetors on it. It's just I have so many saws that they'll start and then just they won't run. And you know, I'm not a master saw builder. There's plenty of guys out there that have way more knowledge than me, way more skills than me. But the reality is, I've talked to a lot of mechanics that they face the same issues I face. Sometimes saws just it's the stupidest things that go wrong, and it can take forever to diagnose it. And it's like, it can in the end be the most unlikely thing you thought it was. Like, you just happen to have a brand new faulty spark plug, or a brand new faulty coil, or, you know, just the silliest things, or an air leak that only presents at running temperature. And so, yeah, I just get in this mood sometimes where I'm like, well, I need to be productive. I need to get stuff done. And I hurt so bad some days too that, like right now, my pain's starting to catch me. The only thing I can do is, and a lot of times I can't. I force myself to work on stuff, but the challenge is when I have to do technical stuff, or when I have saws that I've been having issues getting running right, etc., etc., I will end up just kind of doing stuff half-assed, so to speak, and all that does is cost me money in the long run. And so I try very hard not to do certain things when I'm in pain. When I'm in a high level of pain, things that take a lot of focus and require me to not cut corners or not do certain things, I just simply cannot do when I'm in that kind of pain, because I will end up having to go back and do it again, or I'll do myself or my neighbor dirty, which means, obviously, again, I have to go back and do it again. And so that's when it becomes saw teardown mania. I just start tearing down a ton of saws, and that's just how I feel about it. So, not too bad. 23 minutes with my jabbering and cleaning up a little bit. Again, you guys, believe it or not, I don't care. This video, this footage is not fast forwarded. It's not sped up. This is how long I tear these saws down. These 1123s and the 1127 series saws, those are the two series that I can tear down faster than any other saw. Your 021s, 023s, 025s, MS210, MS230, MS250, your 029, 029 Super, MS290, MS310, MS390. I can tear those saws down extremely fast because I build a hell of a ton of them. And as you can see, there's not a whole lot of parts to them. There's not a whole lot of complexity to them. They're not, honestly, all that hard to tear down. It's when you've done as many as I have, it's just muscle memory. You should watch some of these people that work in factories, and I can count myself in as one of them. When you do the same movement over and over and over and over, it's almost like you're in super speed, you know, superhuman speed, and you're like, wow, look how fast that person does that. How are they doing that? Well, it just becomes natural muscle memory. And so that's it. So please like the video, you guys. comment down below what you think. Tell me if you think that's really how long I tore this all down. And I'll make the end card of this probably the MS2 or the 025 teardown for Jonathan Luna. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, because it really does help me out. It helps me with my sobriety, and it helps the channel stay alive, because we are honestly sinking right now with Uncle getting sick and everything else going on. And then check out the merch I have and see if you guys like any of it. And if you do, would you please consider buying some of it? Because again, it really does help the channel. The final thing is, if you want to donate to the channel, there's plenty of different ways. If you want to donate and you're not sure how, just go ahead and ask me, because YouTube is completely viewer supported. No matter who the YouTuber is, it's completely viewer supported. And I watch guys making $20, $30, $40, $50, $60,000 in 2 days, and they're putting fake, false content out there. And I don't need to make that much, but it would be nice to make $100 a month. If I can make $100 a month off of YouTube, I'd be happy as hell, honestly. And we're not averaging that. We're averaging about $26 a month. So I hope it grows. You guys tell me what I can do better in the comments down below. Until next time, neighbors, remember, be kind to one another. Everyone's facing a battle, and some of my merch is #persevere. You only fail if you quit. So I am failing on some of my saws, but I don't quit. I just switch tasks temporarily. But the comments you guys leave, the emails I get, the text messages I get from you guys, different people buying my shit, you guys keep me going. I started this YouTube to become famous, and to be a support system to others. But the reality is, what has happened is you guys have become my support system, and you guys have become something that I know I've needed my whole life. And that's people to care about me, to make me feel like I matter, to make me feel like I have a purpose, and to love me. And so, in all honesty, you guys, I'm not the superstar here. You guys are. In all honesty, I might make your lives better and easier, but the reality is that probably without this YouTube, I would feel no sense of purpose in life, no sense of direction. You guys are my support system, and I will forever be grateful for you guys for being willing to watch a bipolar, intermittent explosive disorder, dyslexic, manic depressive, former drug addict, doesn't have his shit together, can't remember a damn thing, doesn't know what the hell he's doing anymore because he lost his whole damn memory. You guys are my support system. Thank you so much for your support. I love you, neighbors. Until next time.